Yes, guys, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. It is Ben here. Today we're going to be going through the 23-24 Premier League campaign, and we're going to do some predictions as to where I think everyone is going to finish. Now, we've got a lot to cover, guys, so we just got to go straight into this. Bottom of the table is Luton. Now, when I say bottom, I mean that Luton are just not a Premier League team. In fact, they're actually building their ground to become Premier League standard. I just don't think they're ready for the Premier League. And especially signing, of all people, Ross Barkley, when there are probably 3-year-olds who still can't yet walk, that are still more talented than that absolute flop. For that reason alone, I am just going to put Luton bottom. I think you go down in March, end of March, beginning of April, if you're lucky. I just don't see you picking up the results that you need, and respectfully, I do think you're going straight back down. In 19th, maybe a bit of a harsh one, but we're going to go for Wolves. As of recording this video, obviously, they have no manager. They've not replaced Neves. They've not replaced any of their sales. I think the only thing they've done is brought in Doherty back. And I just don't think that's going to be enough. And I think Wolves will go down. It's nothing disrespectful to the club. It just is a case of that's where I'm putting you. Again, 18th. Nothing personal. Sheffield United, I do think you go back down as well. Only because, you know, it's nothing against your team. I just think that the squad that you've got compared to the other teams that I've got above you, I just do think that you will go down. Again, not singling you out as a club. I actually do quite like Sheffield, actually. But I just don't think they've got the facilities to stay in the Premier League and will go back down to the Championship come next year. Now 17th, we're going for Bournemouth. The reason I'm going to put Bournemouth there, I know they're always a contender to go down, but Bournemouth have this weird thing about them that when they're playing at home, they pick up some big results. And I mean, like, they'll beat Tottenham, they'll maybe hold Liverpool to a draw, maybe hold City to a draw, hold us to a draw. They pick up some big results at home. And I think for that home record and that home record alone, Bournemouth will stay up, but just. Obviously, just about staying up as well in 16th is going to be Everton. Sean Dyche, great manager. What he does works. It might be the most anti-football I've ever seen, but it works. And for that reason and that reason alone, that's why we're going to keep Everton in 16th. Going up to 15th, again, Nottingham Forest, playing some good football. I think they really are going to thrive in second season. Obviously, everyone talks about the second season being the season you go down, but I don't think it's going to affect Forest one bit. And I think they're going to be comfortably in 15th, maybe hinting at relegation, but being one of the sort of last teams to confirm survival before it really gets interesting for the relegation fight. 14th, now I feel a little bit insulting putting them here, but Burnley, I think you are going to have a great season. Vincent Kompany is doing amazing. You know, it speaks for itself, you know, how he did in the Championship, and just from like his squad, his tactics, what he's got lined up, I think Burnley are going to do very, very well this season. Above them in 13th, guys, we're going to go for Palace. It's one of those, they're losing players, and it's just one of those teams that you always put near the middle. You know, they're not going to push top 10. I don't think they're going to be relegated. You know, they're not even going to be sniffing relegation. It's just going to be one of those where they comfortably finish in 13th. 12th, we're going to go Brentford. Now, the reason they're so low is because of the situation with Ivan Toney being banned due to betting regulations. I think they are going to miss him. They are going to struggle until he comes back. But once he does come back, that's when Brentford are going to start picking up points and finishing respectfully in 12th. Just above them, and for the reason that I've said, Ivan Toney, I am going to put Fulham above Brentford. I think Fulham will get the points, you know, over Brentford whilst, you know, they're missing Toney. And I just think the gap that Fulham are going to have above Brentford when Toney comes back won't be enough for Brentford to catch them. Hence why I'm going to have Fulham edge above Brentford in 11th. Now 10th, guys. Time for the controversial one. Tottenham. I have no hope for them. And this will be, I personally, I hope they get relegated. You know, Kane's gone now. They haven't got a top manager. They've got a guy who managed Celtic, which is pretty much the most one-sided league, except for when Gerrard was at Rangers. He has got managerial experience, but I just don't think he's ready for the shit show that is Tottenham Hotspur. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think Spurs are going to have probably one of the worst seasons that they've had in a while. Moving on, Brighton, 9th. De Zerbi, he's done very well with Brighton since taking over from Graham Potter. But I think losing McAllister, losing Colwill, losing Caicedo, who definitely is going either to Chelsea or Liverpool, is really going to cost Brighton. And I just don't think they're going to replicate, the amazing season that they had last year. Now, moving up to 8th, we're getting very, very close now, guys. We're going to go with West Ham. Now, playing European football, they have started playing like Conference League regularly and Europa League regularly. David Moyes has done incredible with them. They have built a really incredible squad. But I do think, they'll probably will take this Europa League campaign a bit more seriously. And with that, that's what's going to affect them in the Premier League. I don't think they're going to struggle in the Premier League, but I just don't think they're going to get any better than 8th. Now, moving on to 7th, guys, we've got Aston Villa. Now, Emery has done incredible. Villa, at this point, well, not at this point last season, but, sort of midway last season, we're in very serious trouble with Gerrard. Unai Emery's come in and recreated them. He has made them a very, very dangerous team. And these guys will be my pick for the underdog. They could probably finish higher, guys, but just going by my predictions, guys, going by what I think Villa are going to do very, very, very well, but will miss out on top 4 significantly. But it won't be as significant as you guys think. Now, 6th, we're going for Liverpool. They have shown some big struggles and they have lost some players, guys. And for that reason alone, I just don't see them competing with the 5 teams I've got above them. And I will explain those reasons as to why they're going to finish above Liverpool as well. So, just above Liverpool, we are going for Manchester United. They've signed Mason Mount. He is not looking good whatsoever. I think Mount's ego is going to get to him and he's going to make clinical mistakes that are going to cost United in games, as well as United not having the strongest team as well. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think United will be the first team to miss out on Champions League, but I still think they will do better than Liverpool. Now, in 4th, guys, I have tried my best not to be biased, but all the signs are telling me that we, Chelsea Football Club, are finishing 4th. Now, there are multiple reasons for that, and this will be the longest one because obviously where we are a Chelsea channel, we are going to go talk about this. So, Chelsea, no Europe. Made some good signings. Players are coming into their own under Pochettino. Pochettino being a great manager. What I've seen pre-season in games, I think with the lack of football Chelsea are playing, our focus is on the Premier League. If we have a good FA Cup run, great, but the focus should be on getting back to the Champions League. And I think that's what every single player knows what to do. And I think we have got the facilities as a squad to do that, especially now that we've got a respectable, knowledgeable manager who has managed top 5 clubs in Pochettino. The signings are not even done yet, guys. I think we will have a new keeper by the time the season comes around. We will have a notable DM, be it Lavia, Caicedo, whoever. And with our completed squad, I think we are just going to do very, very well. Now, in 3rd, guys, it is going to be Newcastle. I normally would have put them 2nd here, but I think with coming back to the Champions League, that is fixture clog. But I think Eddie Howe is a good enough manager to sort of manage them both. Newcastle are defensively solid. Isaac is a great player. And I think just with the whole squad that Newcastle have as a whole, they have got enough to finish 3rd. Now, in 2nd, guys, it should be obvious. I am not putting City 2nd. It's going to be Arsenal. Now, they've signed Kai Havertz, Declan Rice. They have made some big signings, but I think it's going to be Kai Havertz himself that will end up costing Arsenal potentially that title charge. I am not saying because Arsenal are finishing 2nd, they're going to be in the title race. I am fully saying that this is going to be a City shithouse. I think City is going to wipe this league like it's nothing. And obviously with Arsenal, I think it's going to be very, very, very close between them and Newcastle for 2nd. But I think Arsenal do just edge it, having the better squad, minus Kai Havertz. But obviously with Kai being Kai, he's going to miss so many chances. Arsenal fans are not as forgiving as Chelsea. We normally support our players until they really, really are pissing us off. The moment Kai Havertz starts stinking up the gaff, those fans are going to turn on him, the pressure's going to mount on him, and he's going to make even more mistakes. And for that reason and that reason alone, that's why Arsenal are going to be nowhere near the title. So obviously coming to number 1 is going to be Manchester City, guys. that is the banker of this video, the easy banker. I can't see any prediction that doesn't have City first, and if it does, there must be a very, very valid reason. But I just see City winning the title, and I think it's going to be a stormhouse. Like, I think it's going to be like a 10-12 point gap at the top, with City confirming the title probably end of April, beginning of May, with a few games to go. Reasons being, guys, Haaland's a monster. He's an absolute monster, and he's going to tear this league up even more. All he can do is improve, guys. He's still young, and with the squad that Man City have, they are still investing heavily into it. Champions of Europe, they are the team to beat at the moment, and for that reason and that reason alone, that is why they are going to finish where they are. Now, guys, this was my prediction. I don't have any inside information. This is just going off the cuff of what I believe every team will do. Naturally, guys, we're going to disagree. But if you do disagree, make sure you're letting me know why. Tell me who you think is going to finish where. Maybe why this team ain't going to finish in that position, maybe in another position. But, guys, more importantly, the season is finally back. We are putting out so much more content. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on those notifications to be notified when we are uploading. And, guys, here is to hopefully a really good season. I will take Europa League realistically, but I think we will get Champions League, and that will be good. Do you think we're going to get Champions League? Do you think we're going to finish higher? Do you think we're going to finish lower? Let me know, guys. But more importantly, just have a great day, and finally, we can now enjoy the football being back. Take care, guys. Peace.